Hi there. One ticket to the Super Mario Galaxy movie, please.
Sure thing. Hold on. Reference!
Wait, what?
Ah! Reference! Ah! Reference! 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 Reference!
My eyes! My eyes!
I hope you enjoy the movie.
Thanks, I guess.
Oh, by the way, one last thing.
Yeah. Saw that one coming. Hey, so this movie kinda sucks. The Super Mario Galaxy movie. Where do I begin? So, I remember giving the first Mario movie a 7 out of 10 because, for what it was, I thought they did a pretty good job. Could it have been better? Yes, definitely. But I remember thinking to myself that hopefully, by the sequel, they'll take some notes and polish off some gunk here and there, like developing and fleshing out the main core characters, keeping the references subtle and not letting it hijack the movie, get creative and showcase fresh, new, interesting action sequences, and most importantly, for me, to tell an engaging story. Yeah, they didn't do any of that. Instead, Illumination kinda just realized that they were probably about 2 to 3 steps away from escaping mediocrity with the Mario franchise, so they all kinda collectively just said fuck that and decided to take 5 steps back. It's actually fascinating. Like, somehow, this movie is even less interesting than the first one, which I didn't even know was freaking possible. It's like everything that kinda worked in the first movie was just deliberately sabotaged in this movie. If it ain't too obvious by now, I'm not the biggest Super Mario super fan out there. I've played like, what? At most 4 to 5 Mario games in my lifetime. And 2 of those games were Mario Kart and a fuck-ass pirated copy of Dr. Mario of all things. But I did play the shit out of Super Mario World as a kid though. Even though I did play that on a makeshift arcade found at the back of a barbershop hidden away in our local fish market, but hey, that's the Philippines for ya. So with that in mind, you could probably tell that a lot of the references here went right over my head. And oh boy, there were references alright. A lot of them. Yeah, I didn't like this movie that much. I swear to God, I actually had such a hard time writing a review for this movie because there's literally nothing interesting to talk about. The movie is just stuffed with so much crap. It all merges into one big blah. It's exhausting. But hey, the audience score doesn't look too bad. Yeah, an 88%. Maybe if you just squint your eyes and ignore the excessive nostalgia bait, the lack of story, and little to no character development, I'm sure there's a solid movie in there somewhere. With this movie grossing over $1 billion in the box office, am I simply judging the film too harshly, or is this sequel simply one big mess? Well, you be the judge. Let's take a quick look at the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So our movie begins in a little place called outer space, where we get to meet a brand new character named Rosalina, to which I have been told is very important to the Galaxy games. You're about to be very disappointed in what's about to happen. Yeah, so apparently Rosalina, in the games, is a quote, cosmic guardian, a mentor, and the protector and mother of all Lumas. Well, quite the fun character we have locked and loaded for this movie, huh? It's almost like Nintendo just served Illumination an actual interesting character on a silver platter for this one. So of course it makes sense that she gets kidnapped within the first 5 minutes of the movie. Nice. But don't worry, we'll get to see her again in an hour and 30 minutes. So Rosalina gets kidnapped by none other than our main villain, Bowser Jr. Yeah, you mean to tell me someone actually went ahead and shagged this guy? Well, I know one person who's willing to.
Sex on legs, baby.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Alright, so, to keep things simple, Bowser Jr. is Bowser's son, and he plans to break his dad out of prison and use Rosalina's powers to destroy the universe. Luckily, one of Rosalina's Lumas escapes and off they go to find our heroes. Speaking of which, later on, we welcome back our main characters from the last movie, Mario and Luigi.
Oh, hi, Luigi.
And just as they teased from last time, we get introduced to the ultimate fan favorite, Yoshi.
What's your name, little guy?
Yoshi.
Yes, sir. He's cute, he's green, he's adorable, he doesn't do a damn thing. I know, I'm being a little too harsh right now. Like, I get it. From an optic standpoint, it makes sense to bring Yoshi onto the sequel. Gotta cash in on that all-new character merch somehow. But guys, you barely fleshed out half of the main characters in the last movie. Why are we adding more? Think about it. In this story that you're trying to tell, what exactly does Yoshi bring to the table?
Who is this? So some cool dinosaur just shows up and he's now part of the group.
Ah, never mind. Apparently Toad doesn't fuck with Yoshi. We can count that as development, I guess. It doesn't really add anything to the story and isn't brought up until halfway through the movie for 2 seconds. But you know what? Who gives a shit? Cute green dinosaur. Whee! Now available in your local Walmart.
Yahoo!
But honestly though, I actually do like the first third of the movie. So far, the pacing still feels right. And story-wise, the movie has done a pretty good job setting up the plot. Like, as of now, I still care where the story is headed. Keyword being for now. Anyways, back to the movie. Do you guys think when Yoshi saw this, he got PTSD? Or is he not aware of dinosaur lore? So the Luma from earlier manages to track down our heroes for help. So now, it's now up to our Super Mario Brothers to track down the lost princess and save the day. Or just send out Princess Peach and Toad. You know what? Sure.
Dear Mustache, I've gone to the Gateway Galaxy to begin my search for the Luma's mom. I'm leaving the kingdom in your hands. Sincerely, Peach.
Sincerely? Ooh la la, that's a good sign.
Oh, shut up, Luigi. Though Princess Peach deadass left her people at the dead of night and only informed them by a post-it note, this wasn't necessarily a bad thing. This actually ended up with a pretty fun montage of Mario and Luigi helping around the Mushroom Kingdom. We get a couple of references here and there, along with some pretty fun scenes. Very reminiscent of the first Mario movie. But then we get to meet up with a familiar face, Bowser, still imprisoned as a tiny dude in his own little castle.
I'm gonna hit the sack. I need my 8 hours or else I really turn into a monster.
We'll talk about him later in the video, but for now... Wow, crazy how the Mushroom Kingdom failed to detect a giant freaking spaceship coming their way, but they didn't seem to have problems tracking down a floating island in the last movie. So Bowser Jr. shows up and ambushes our heroes. We get a pretty quick fight scene between him and Mario, and I gotta hand it to them. It looks pretty good.
I'm Bowser Jr., and I'm gonna be taking my father now!
Not only in this battle, but more so in pretty much all action sequences, it's really one of the few things I actually liked about this movie. The action is absolutely balls to the wall, high octane, straight up insane. The camera work is easily the real star in all this too. I love how they chose to film some fights as one-shots with quick, deliberate pans. It really captures a lot of the action without it looking stale. The action sequences and the fight scenes, they're fun. I just hope they don't overdo it. They overdo it, don't they? Ah, son of a bitch! Later on, after the scuffle, Mario and friends get stranded on this... bee planet?
You like jazz?
And now they need to find a way to escape.
You expect me to shake the hand of the turtle whose son just attacked me?
I haven't seen him in years. I was a terrible father. He must hate me.
Okay, so... let me just talk about Bowser for a second. Words cannot describe how disappointing Bowser is in this movie. Jack Black still voices him, but it definitely feels like he's more restrained in this one. And that's not a knock on his part. This was 100% a writing issue, if anything. He's not as funny or as energetic, and he kind of just has nothing to do. They tried giving him a story arc early into the movie, but for some strange reason, they just abandoned it halfway through. The writers spent the first half setting up this will he, won't he plotline about him changing his ways or staying evil, and honestly, it's actually a pretty solid enough character arc to build around. I see the vision. I'm totally on board with the concept of having Bowser conflicted between becoming good or staying evil, especially with the addition of a character like Bowser Jr. But that's where the movie falls short. The concept is simply just that. A concept. They just don't commit. The moment Bowser reunites with his son, all the setup for this character arc immediately gets thrown out the window. Yeah, he just decides that he's evil again. Just like that. All that build-up, waste of time. Thank you, Illumination. Couldn't have done it without you. It's also so weird how they try to convince you early on that he's changed. Of all people, they have Luigi backing him up. Yeah, this dumbass, the guy Bowser bullied, abused, imprisoned, and left to die in a pit of lava, is somehow out here advocating for him.
Mario, he's really changed. We're doing a weekly book club together.
And that's not all. Bowser, for some reason, really wants Mario to hit him. I'm aware that if he gets hit, he unshrinks and goes back to his normal size, but they never really explain why he specifically wants Mario to do it. When you have simp bag Luigi in the background.
Hit me, Mario! Hit me!
Yeah, Mario, hit him. We can trust him.
My brother in Christ, Luigi, if you like him so much, why don't you hit him, you cuck? But you know what's hilarious, though? Is that Mario actually does it.
Hit me now! You tiny, pathetic failure of a plumber!
What the fuck is the matter with you? What prompted you to do that? Why were you so pissed? He didn't even say anything that bad. All he said was that you're a failure of a plumber, which you are. You're out here living in the Mushroom Kingdom for a reason, you dumbass. After a couple of mishaps, Bowser Jr. manages to snag Bowser away from Mario, and we have what is pretty much one of the only times the movie attempts to show even an ounce of character development.
Will you tell me again tomorrow night?
Of course. Good night, my boy.
Aw, well, that's sweet. Aren't you supposed to be a terrible father? Or did the writers just forget about that one too? Oh, hey look! Peach is fighting against random goons again. That's fun. Oh, and here comes another action scene. And another one. And another one. And another one. Good lord, what the fuck is happening? Don't get me wrong, the animation looks great. Mwah, perfect. But it gets to a point where it starts to feel like the movie doesn't really have much of a story to tell. Like, there's no actual effort to keep any of us engaged. It's almost as if Illumination made a collection of action scenes that they really wanted us to see, so they had to write a half-assed plotline to make it all come together. And low-key, I think they kinda overdid it at some point. Like, there were so many action sequences that the final battle didn't even feel like a final battle, you know? I feel like the movie shot themselves in the foot when they centered practically most action scenes around saving Rosalina, a character we barely know. I don't know, the first movie wasn't perfect, but at least that one sorta kinda had some weight to it. Luigi was useless for the most part, but he actually had an arc. And so did Mario, and both had solid payoffs in the end. It wasn't nothing. Say what you want about the first Mario movie, but at least that one had a story to tell. This one just feels empty, I don't know. Well, anyways, with the gang finally back together, off they go to rescue Rosalina. And we even get to meet the one and the only Star Fox. Whom I do not know. I was told that this was a big deal and I should be hyped, but I don't really know him nor played any of his games, so he's the pilot. Moving on.
I found out where Rosalina is, and this guy's gonna take us there.
Let's go.
You're not gonna tell her that her entire castle just got snatched up by a baby turtle, and you're not gonna wonder why Mario isn't watching over the Mushroom Kingdom like you told him to? No? Okay. Now here's a weird part of the movie. On their way to save Rosalina, Bowser Jr. turns Mario and Luigi into babies, and for some reason that shit actually worked because they end up crash landing on a random planet with dinosaurs. And I shit you not, we spend a total of 6 fucking minutes getting chased around by this random T-Rex, all for, get this, a Yoshi's Island reference. That's it. Nothing significant was found. Nothing done moves the plot. Nothing. Nada. They literally derailed the story and pacing for a fucking Yoshi's Island reference.
We're galaxies away from ᵐᵒⁿ'ᵗ. We can't fix the ship, and somehow we keep adding dinosaurs!
Girl, that dinosaur took 6 whole minutes away from my goddamn time. He better be an important plot device in the climax, or so help me God. Oh, what's that? We never get to see that dinosaur ever again? Well, then what the fuck was the entire point in doing all that shit? With the power of bullshit, the Lumas end up finding them, and finally, the movie starts to give a shit about the plot again. It turns out that Princess Peach was Rosalina's younger sister, and that Rosalina sent her to the Mushroom Kingdom on purpose to protect her from evil forces. What were those evil forces? What did they want to do with the sister's powers? Why did Rosalina keep tabs on Peach all these years but never even once tried to visit her? Who knows? Who cares? If Illumination doesn't give a shit, then why should I? God damn it. Mario and the gang sneak into planet Bowser, where Peach gets to rescue Rosalina while the rest deal with the Bowsers. Random thought. Hey Luigi, what exactly did you say about Bowser earlier?
Well, we can trust him.
You're a moron. What the actual fuck? You can just do that? My guy, do you even need Rosalina's powers at this point? So, of course, our heroes take down the bad guys. Princess Peach saves Rosalina. Everyone goes back to the Mushroom Kingdom, and the movie's over. What? Yeah, so that's how the movie ends, apparently. With them rebuilding the castle. And that's about it. I mean, yeah, sure. Like, the movie barely had any substance in their plot lines to wrap up anyways, so this is actually very on brand for them. And oh, yeah, almost forgot. Princess Daisy is in the next movie, I guess. You know, brunette, yellow dress, famously known as Luigi's love interest. Yep. Can't wait, because that's definitely something everyone was asking for. More Luigi. Yay! I mean, I gotta be totally honest with you guys, there's really not much to say about this movie. It really is the definition of all style, no substance. Yes, it's visually stunning and the music is pretty good, but everything else just feels hollow, corporate, and lazy. I don't even know why they decided to jump to Galaxy all of a sudden. Like, wouldn't it make much more sense to start off with Super Mario World first, you know? Build off from the first movie? Flesh out some characters that fell short from last time? World building? Hello? But instead, we got whatever this tragedy is supposed to be. I know it's a kid's film, I'm not the target demographic, I get that, even though the references and Easter eggs were clearly catered to my generation, but that's not the point. My point is, even though it's made for kids, we still deserve a good movie. Everyone does. The Super Mario Galaxy movie doesn't bring anything new to the table. In fact, they kinda took a few things back. The animation is great, but it's simply not enough to look past it being a soulless, bland, nostalgia bait cash grab. That's why I'm giving it a 3 out of 10. Get me out of here. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Have a great day and a good night, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!